going to show you what's happening here because, of course, that track of Irma that it took right across the Leeward Islands, eventually just north of Puerto Rico. That's where we had Georgia, of course, stationed right there, and then north of the Dominican Republic. That's a track we saw last week. Look at this with what is now Maria. We expect this to strengthen dramatically over the next 24 hours, going from a 1 potentially to a Category 3. That would be a major hurricane, and notice kind of parallels that track of Irma and eventually pushes right through Puerto Rico on into portions of the Turks and Caicos, where we know a Category 5 landfall was made last week with Irma. A Category 3 could be made again going into this week. And want to show you this because at this point doesn't look very organized, doesn't look very strong, but this is precisely where we saw where Irma went from a Cat 1 to a Cat 3 overnight. This is what the National Hurricane Center expects across this very warm body of water for this storm system to do. Rapid intensification. And notice inside the next 3 days, we're talking 10, 15, some areas 20 inches of rainfall. This is far more water than what Irma had to offer. Irma was predominantly a wind event with this, and this could be both wind and rain. And notice high concentration of the models take it in right towards Puerto Rico, make that right turn into the Turks and Caicos, and beyond that, we think a northerly track would be at least initially away from the United States. But this is the area of concern right now. From Dominica towards Guadeloupe, work your way into Antigua and Barbuda. That's an area we think could be spared from the hardest hit, which Irma, of course, had a northerly track. This storm takes more of a southerly track into the southern Leeward Islands. And then beyond that, we watch this very carefully because notice as we go in from Tuesday night into Wednesday, a Category 4 landfall potentially right there across eastern Puerto Rico with a storm system. And then it kind of skirts right across the island of Hispaniola, very mountainous islands across this region. If this makes direct landfall across that area,